Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, bitch, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Man, that junk was crazy, man. Ruben talking about he reckon it's enough for everybody. I'm like, oh yeah, I couldn't even say nothing, y'all. I felt like I was jive. Like, I don't know how I really felt. I ain't gonna say that I looked at what the Richmond dudes was doing, like they was trying to cut our, you know what I mean? Cut what we was doing. I just looked at it like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, I gotta holler at Ruben Dolo. I'm looking at the stuff, they all in the room. I wanted to say, yo, y'all won't even think about messing with bro until he came in. But you know, Ruben, you know what I mean? Ruben had a plan for the joint. So Ruben, I guess Ruben caught my vibe. He caught my vibe for the joint. So I'm like, all right, I dropped the bag off. I'm like, all right, so I'm headed back towards my cell. I'm going to get ready to go up the steps. I heard somebody say, hey, Weezy. I was like, yo, he was like, he called up to me. He was like, hey, look, man, it's nothing like that. You know, it's me and you at the end of the day. You know, you looked out for me first, man. So it's nothing like that. But, you know, like, I can get rich off this, man. Like, I'm trying to get money off this family, man. I don't have no help, no support from the street. I said, I know, that's why I was sponsoring you. I know this. That's why I was giving you the stuff that you needed. Like, he was like, so what are you saying? I can't deal with nobody else? I said, it ain't the fact that you dealing with somebody else. I said, it's kind of like the rules are different in prison. I said, you don't really understand. I ain't got time to really elaborate off it. I said, but I felt like you should have came and told me like you was making another move. I said, you a grown man. You can do whatever you want to do. I said, but don't forget who put you in the game, Ruben, there. He was like, hey, T-Weezy, like I said, I reckon there's enough for everybody. So, you know, everybody can get some money. I'm like, bro, listen, I get it. I ain't trying to stop you from getting no money. Just make sure that don't get in our way, bro. I said, because, like, you know, we ain't doing nothing, bro. I said, we friendly people. I said, but, like, you kind of, like, brought them to the party. They all in your cell and all. They ain't been in your cell before you made that. He was like, yeah, I sold, whatchamacallit, a bottle. It was another dude, we gonna call him Jason. He was like, I sold the dude Jason a bottle. I was like, man, all right, man. Jason was one of the dudes that was in there. Jason was like my size type of dude, bald head dude, had a little weights on, workout from the cool dude, you know what I mean? But he liked to get lit too. He had a jack. He liked to do his little thing in there. So like, I get what people doing because he completed the mission with us. Now everybody else feeling like they want a shot at this getting that yacht, y'all. So boom. I ain't mad at that though, man, because I never was a person that was a hater. Like, this isn't about hate. This is about penitentiary rules, and they are in effect. Y'all already know this, man. Kind of like, you can't just jump ship on us, even though you making it for us and this and that. Like, we all still felt like he was jumping ship, so I didn't even want to relay this news to my homeboy. My homeboy was in the cell. So I go to my homeboy's cell, knock on the door. He like, yo, I walk in the jump. Like, yo, bro, let's $7 bucks. I'm like, guess what? He like, what? I said, man, say word, Jason and them hollering at him too, man. He was like, oh, Jake from the op. I'm like, yeah. He was like, what do you mean hollering at him? I was like, bro, listen, I went in there to drop op stuff off, and I ran into them and already in his cell with they stuff in the bag. I was like, Ruben said he can handle all that. You know what I mean? I said, he said he can handle everything. So like, he said he trying to get rich off this. He ain't got no help from the streets. So my homeboy was like, yeah, but still though, man, that's not good to kind of mix everybody. Like, he should do them one time and do us one time. And I was like, I'm not trying to wait because I already ordered the stuff. So it ain't gonna be like we waiting this time. So like, you know what I mean? He was like, I know. He was like, man, what you think he about to drag it? You think he was trying to do some stupid? I was like, I don't think he gonna try to do nothing stupid. I just think that like trying to do too much is like too much though. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I kind of don't want to be like, yo, bro, you better make sure you do ours or else. Like, I ain't want to get on it like that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't pray on the week, but like Ruben had no chance with me. Like, I would be honest with y'all, man. Like, maniac thoughts started coming through just on the strength of how good that yacht was the first time, y'all. So boom. I'm being honest, man. Like, that's bro talking. I'm like, you know, bro trying to rationalize through the bro trying to like think like civilize, and I'm just like, yo, that junk crazy. So I'm still like, man, you know what? I'm gonna let it play out. So a little time went on, you know what I mean, for that day. So we coming back from dinner. Me and my homeboy came back kind of late because we was walking back with 40 building. So as we coming back to 30 building, Jason and them was kind of behind us already. So Jason, he like, hey, he called my homeboy. He rocked with my homeboy more than he rocked with me, to be honest with you. He knew me, but he rocked with my bro. So he called my homeboy, hey, look, you know how that you shorty? So we slow down, I let them talk. So I'm just walking beside my homeboy. So he was like, hey, look, shorty, like I seen how Weezy left out. He started smiling, I seen how Weezy left out there on the cell. I was like, nah, bro, it wasn't about that. I just was shocked to see somebody else in there. I said, cause I knew him from the other side, bro. Like, I was making moves with him with this on the other side. So everybody was like, oh, you know? I was like, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So he was like, man, look, it ain't like that. Like, it ain't on us. Like, kind of like, we ain't, he sold me a bottle. So then he sold me a bottle. Like, my man B-Day coming up. So, like, we trying to get it right. So I'm like, all right, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. So, like, it's cool. So, like, we let that junk ride, man. We let it be. It ain't no beef with them anyway. Like, we don't have beef with the Richmond mob. Like, if anything, like, you know what I mean, dude, Ruben moved wrong. So that jump was all right. We let that play out, man. You know what I mean? So Ruben make another batch. He threw me and my man 3 bottles. We only gave him enough for 3 bottles. I don't know how much the Richmond mob gave him or how much he was getting, but he gave us 3 bottles. And then he gave the Richmond boys something. So everybody was cool. So this night was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Out of 88 people, man, in the pod, man, I'll say at least 50 people was drunk. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, and when I say drunk, like, I was drunk to the point, like back then, like when I'm drinking like that on Lawrenceville, like my drunkenness used to be, I saw, like, I never really seen myself like intoxicated. I got locked up too young to be able to go through stuff like that. So I never really seen how I be intoxicated until penitentiary. And that's sad, but it's the truth. So like my intoxication used to be like when I'm lit, like we might be all in the room talking, like everybody like, yeah, everything good. Next thing you know, I'm like, boom. But then I'm done. This is a wrap. Everybody like, Weezy, hey, yo, get Weezy. But I'm lit. I'm done. Like, I ain't gonna go out in the party, act the fool. I ain't gonna do a whole lot of madness. I ain't gonna do none of that. So I'm hit. I'm in the bed. This is my word. Dudes put me in the junk. I'm litty, man. We punish a whole bottle. You know what I mean? Me and bro, we split a bottle and a half off the junk. So we punish a whole bottle. So I'm lit, man. I'm in the bed, just messed up, chilling. I'm sleeping. I'm trying to sleep the junk off. This is my word. So I wake up like afternoon time, like hungry. And I'm feeling a little better, you know what I mean? Because I've been lit since the morning time. So I'm like, I get up, I'm like, yo, man, give me some water, man. I'm thirsty, man. I was like, man, get some ice. Make me something to eat, man. I was like, man, I feel like I ain't got ate nothing. So I get up and I come down the steps with my bowl, my ice cup. I'm like this. I'm like, I got all my food in my pocket. I'm like, as I come down the steps, I feel like dudes is in there kind of like, you know what I mean? I see the Richmond mob, like they grouping up. And I see my man was like, yo, I was just about to come to your cell. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, Ruben tripping. I was like, what'd he do? He was like, man, look, man, he wildin', man. He was like, he wildin', man. He wildin'. I was like, what he doing, bro? He was like, man, he making money. He was like, man, but he messing with everybody. He was like, man, I just seen the dude from 32 Pod. I'm like, man, go ahead, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you so. I'm like, man, let me holler at him. Chill out, man. So I pull up on him. I'm like, hey, Ruben, what's up, man? He was like, what's up? I'm like, yo, look, how you dealing with everybody, bro? I said, how we gonna have enough? He was like, look, yeah, I was just gonna tell you that. I can't do it this week because I'm gonna let the dude from 32 Pod, because he told me I can keep 3 bottles and give him 2. So he giving me a better deal. So I'm like, oh, so this is what this is about, huh? This is about you getting a better deal. This is what this is about. He was like, it's just business, Weezy. It's just business. I'm like, it's just business, right? So I can't get no more bottles until when? He was like, we might gotta wait till after Jason, because Jason them say they trying to. I was like, I looked at him, I was like, man, you funny. I was like, you funny, man. You a funny dude. And I walked away. I go back to the ice machine. My man see me like, what's up? I'm like, yo, he wildin', man. I was like, man, he wildin', man. He was like, man, I'm about to go bang him up, man. He ain't finna cut us off. I was like, nah, I don't bang him up, bro. I was like, nah. I was like, look, this is life. I was like, let him do him. Man. So everybody from the town kind of was looking like, this is the stuff that happens though. Like, even though everybody from my city was mad and they saw kind of like what was going on, like, I'm not like, y'all let me know in the comments. Like, it's his life. He can do what he want. But I put him in the game. Like, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even be in the game, man. Like, this is crazy, but he can do what he want. I'm not his boss. I'm not his leader. I'm not none of those things. So I try to look at it like that. But my homeboys are mad because now he cut us off from the Richmond mob and some other dudes in 32 Pod. I don't even know where they was from. So it looked like we was the ones on the outside looking in, and that wasn't a good thing, y'all. So boom, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Like, it wasn't, but we still trying to hold our composure. We still don't really want no major drama. We don't want to have to go through nothing crazy though. But at the same time though, like, how are we supposed to feel about this, y'all? Like, Ruben just basically just told us we was done. until further notice. Like, you know, he made a lot for us. We went twice with him, but like that wasn't enough, man. Like, you making that gas. He was making it clear. So we just sitting back. Like, we went on and just saw what happened. This man was killing him, man. Like, I don't know how much he ended up getting from him or how much he got from Jason, but all I know is he was selling his stuff to people on the compound. And like, he became the person that kind of was taking birthday orders. Like, dudes were like, yo, they would pay him $50 for birthday orders. So the only thing that he didn't have, because Jason's phone had just got tore off. So I think Jason used to let him use his phone. But when Jason's phone got tore off, he didn't have no way to get the money because everybody wasn't paying $50 commissary for no yacht. Like, it was too much numbers and green dots, Western Union, cash, all that running around before anybody's going to pay $50 food or whatever the case for some yacht. Now, even though this was the clear, dudes putting bids in, paying him with numbers. So I guess he was facilitating through Jason. He all the way fell back off us. Like, he stopped even talking to me like that. I don't even know what it was about. But he all the way fell back off us. So like I say, I guess he was using Jason Jack to kind of like clean the money or like doing it through Jason. I don't know how he was doing it, man. Either way, man, like, we was out of there. We was out of there, man. But now, since that had happened, I end up getting a phone. You know what I mean? I end up running across a phone through all of this stuff that was going on. So before Jason had lost his phone, I had went to Jason and asked, can I use his phone to activate my joint? You know what I mean? So I go to him. He let me activate my joint, you know what I mean? He let me call my peoples to go get me a card, $50 card, unlimited game, if I could put on my flip phone. You know what I mean? He let me do all of that. So he knew I had a jack. His little crew knew I had a jack. So I guess when he got tore off, now he's feeling like, yo, they play kind of messed up, but he probably telling Ruben like, yo, you might gotta go holler at Weezy. You mess with Weezy. So Ruben took it. Ruben was feeling like, I guess Ruben was feeling like he didn't really want to, but he had to. So out of nowhere, I get a knock at the door. Yo! I see that big dumb arm. Like, yo, Ruben, he come to the joint. Like, what's up? He come to the joint, sit down. He went in his pocket, pulled out a half a bottle of clear. He was like, he took the top off. He was like, here, man. I was like, I looked at him. I was like, I grabbed that joint. I was like, man, you pet ass, man. I was like, let me see it. I was like, you got some more of this? He was like, that's not what I came here for. I was like, what you come here for then? I said, because you done cut us off. You don't mess with us no more. You don't mess with nobody from Norfolk no more. What we do to you? He was like, he ain't doing that. It's just business. He kept saying that it's just business. I'm like, all right, man. So what's up? What you need? He was like, I got two dudes over in 50 building, man, that's trying to spend $75 a bottle with me, man. They got $1.50 for me, but I don't got no way to clean the numbers, man. I said, what you mean you don't got no way to clean the numbers? He was like, because Jason's fucking phone got tore. He said, Jason's phones got tore off. Now I reckon he ain't gonna get another one soon. He said it costs too much money. I'm like, so what you saying? You need to use my phone? He told you I had a phone? He was like, hold on, don't be mad at him, man. Because, you know, it's like both of us in this together. I said, so look, you cut me off to deal with him? That's what you saying? He was like, I didn't cut you off, T-Weezy. Like, he just gave me better deals. So like I told you, it's just business. I was like, man, this dude, wow. All right. I was like, well, so you got to use that job to do what? He was like, I just got to go ahead and just clean the numbers. I got to go to Jason's cell. I said, nah, you're not going to nobody's cell with my phone. Let's get that straight. You're not going to nobody's cell. So whatever you got to do, you need to take care of it right here. And you know what? On the script that you looked out for me, I'm going to look out for you. You can use this phone. I said, I'm going to look out for you, man. So as he using the jack. As he using the jack, another knock at the door. Yo, it's my homeboy. He comes straight in. He like, what's up, Ruben? Ruben like, hold on. He over there messing with the phone. My homeboy like, what this nigga doing? I'm like, I don't know, bro. He had to use the jack, bro. He was like, man, this nigga don't mess with us. He like, he don't mess with us no more. I'm like, I know. So he hang the phone up. He was like, man, thanks. My homeboy was like, yo, look, let me ask you a question. Like, after we looked out for you, made sure you was straight, make sure you don't get tore off, all the above. He was like, how you just gonna jump ship on us like that, bro? I want a real answer, man. Like, don't nobody just do business like that. You keep talking about it's just business. Like, how you do business like that? He's like, look, like I told T-Weezy, like, it was just business, man. They gave me better deals than y'all. So, you know, the deals is better. I gotta go with the deals, man. I'm trying to get rich off this, man. I'm trying to get money off this clear. That's what I'm trying to do, man. So I'm like, that junk crazy, man. So I'm like, oh, that junk. Well, I'm saying though, like, when can we get back in the car? You saying we can't? He was like, you willing to give me 60-40? Y'all take the 40, I take the 60s. He said, that's what I charge now. So I'm like, oh, you change your price like that? He was like, I did. I had to, man. He was like, you know, I know I'm country, but like, I know how to count. And, you know, once I got the clear going, appreciate you helping me get going, but like, I gotta do my own thing. I said, I respect that, man. You know what I mean? I was like, my homeboy was just looking at him like wow, you know what I mean? Like, that junk crazy, man. I was like, man, that junk wild. Like, but to hear him just clap me with no rehabilitation, like, just no conscience, like, bow! Like, he just, like, got no problem, like, telling me it's just business, man. It was diabolical to me, y'all. So, boom! But it's his life. And he can do what he want. And I'm not the one that's going to be able to tell him what he can do with his life because he got to make his own decisions. He got to make his own decisions, man. So, like, it was crazy because you never know when you're gonna need a person again, man. So like, you know, me and my bros, like we concentrate on Lala. Like that was a bonus. I ain't even gonna lie, that was a bonus. But like, you know, we good at the end of the day. So we back to just messing with the wine. So every time we went to commissary, we still ordering candy, sodas, the whole nine. Like we still doing all of that. So we chilling, man. They just did commissary. Like I didn't watch who didn't get their commissary or what happened during commissary. Once I got my stuff, I go back and I sell. So I didn't know what was going on. But all I know is this, as I'm out in the pod, I see Ruben talking to the dude, Jason. You know what I mean? He talking to Jason. And I hear Jason like, yo, I ain't got no sodas. The store box ain't got no sodas. They ain't had no Coca-Cola in the store. And that's all people used to drink in there was that Coca-Cola. He's like, they ain't had none. So I'm in the cut. I had Coca-Cola from last commissary. I don't even drink sodas. I drink juice. So my sodas never get touched unless they for wine game. So I'm in the cut. So I see him look up at me at the top tier. I was like, I turned my head like, shh, don't look up at me. Don't look up at me, man. Like, real talk. Like, we putting this in. We're going to make our own wine. We had a dude in there that made the wine. You know what I mean? We're like, man, we don't need him. This man had the audacity to come up the stairs to the top tier like this. That man looked like he was running on a backwards treadmill. He was like this going up the steps. He just kept getting closer and closer. He finally get up the steps. He walked down there where we was at. I'm like, my celly right there. I'm like, check this out. He put up, he was like, hey, T-Weez. I was like, what? He was like, you got sodas? I was like, yeah. He was like, you trying to get in? I was like, get in? He was like, yeah, you trying to get in? I was like, get in with what? He was like, you know, Jason them got the candy. I was like, nah, me and my homeboy got the soda and candy. Like, so if you need my sodas, I need my own joint. Like, what you trying to do? I get 3 bottles, you get 2 bottles? Man, look, I'm only making freaking 3 bottles. I said, all right, what I get 2, you get the 1. What's up? You want these Coca-Colas I got, right? He was like, how many Coca-Colas you got? I said, 50. Yeah, I got 50. You got 50 Coca-Colas to be exact. He was like, you got 50. He was like, man, I need those, man. Freaking need those. He was like, hey, Jason, Weezy got all the Coca-Colas, man. So I was like, yep. Jason was like, come on, shawty. I'm like, nah, let him know, change the deal. He said it's business. I'm trying to keep it business. Like, this is what business is. This is what business is. Like, you know, he need me, so then I need this. That's just what we doing. He was like, my homeboy walk up. He like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, he talking about he wanted what we got. But like, he talking about we can't get the deal. I said, nah, they don't got no sodas, bro. I said, so if he dealing with us, then bro was like, yeah, that's a lot, bro. Give us the 2, you get the 1. What do you mean? Ruben was like, all right, that'll work. So Jason was like, look, man, my old homeboy B-Day next week, man. Like, come on, y'all don't do us like that, Weezy, man. We ain't do nothing to you, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, I already know you ain't do nothing, bro. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like this business. Just like he said, it's business. He was like, man, I respect that, man. So what? This word Ruben was like, man, all right, man, we got a deal. He just put his hand out. I was like, smacked his hand down, y'all. So boom. Now, that wasn't saying that we didn't have a deal. That was just saying that, man, you a freaking psycho, man. Get away from me, man. We got a deal. We're not shaking hands. Like, last time we shook hands, man, you reneged on me, man. Or whatever you want to call it. He can do whatever he want. But at the end of the day, I wasn't shaking his hand. That's how I was feeling, man. So I went on and did the investment with him. I did what I had to do. He went on and made what he had to make. He do the joint again. He made the clear game. He made the clear. So everything come up straight. So when everything was coming up straight, I had went in the sale because I already know when he's making it. You can smell it. That's when you know that clear is coming up because like he's burning that good wine. So you can smell him burning that good wine in the hot. You can smell it. That junk jumping. This is a smell that maybe a burnt noodle can probably like maybe or something like that. Other than that, you're not be able to hide the smell. You're not gonna be able to hide the smell, man. So I knew his junk was getting ready. I knew it was getting ready. So I told my homeboy, I was like, that junk about to come up. I said, we need to go in that junk before everybody else got down rushing. My homeboy like, what's up? Let's push there. I'm like, what's up? Let's go. So we go to that junk. He got to cut up. His roommate was about to do. I was like, look, Ruben in there. He was like, yeah. I said, let me in. He was like, hey, Ruben. I was like, just let me in, bro. He was like, Ruben back there, all you hear is the noise, the hot bar, all you hear is dude, all you hear is Ruben in that joint making noise and everything. So his roommate was like, he took his ID off his head. He had his ID on the screen. He was like, he popped the joint, let us in. We go in the joint. He was like, Ruben was back by the box. He turned around. He was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up? That joint ready? He was like, this almost about. I said, is you talking about 3 bottles? I said, why you got 4 bottles on this table, man? He was like, I'm giving that one to Jason and them. I'm like, what you mean you giving that one to Jason and them? He was like, here is one of yours. I looked at it. He was like, here's the joint I'm giving to Jason. He was like, compare the both. I looked at one, I looked at mine, and I looked at his. I'm like, why they joint look a little foggy? He was like, I don't know, man. He was like, I'm just hoping it good. I'm too scared to taste it and try it. He was like, but like this is the last of it, and that's the one they get, and I'm keeping this one, and y'all getting that too. So I'm like, I'll jump straight, man. He was like, yeah, y'all look at it. Look at the difference. He was like, man, you think Jason them gonna know? Like he started looking scared. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I was like, look, you sure this good though, man? Like, you sure I can drink this? He was like, positive. I said, man, I'm being real with you now, Ruben. All jokes aside, don't hand me no BS, man. Don't hand me no BS. I don't got time for that, man. Like, I'm telling you, he be like, no, it's y'all good. Y'all trust me. Go ahead and leave now, matter of fact. So I'm like, man, all right, man. I tucked the joint, gave my other homeboy when he tucked the joint, we shoot upstairs. We get back in my cell. I'm like, let me see what this joint hitting on, man. My homeboy was like, man, I don't think he gonna do no BS. He was like, now that joint he had for Jason and them, he was like, that joint looked like freaking, that joint looked a little like, that joint looked foggy a little bit, bro. He was like, it won't super clear. I was like, I saw that. I was like, bro, I don't know what he did wrong. I was like, man, he probably squeezed out another cup at the end and he probably cut it with water. I said, I don't know what he did. Either way, I'm glad he gave them that joint. You know what I mean? So he being greedy, he made sure he gave us the 2 that we agreed on. He took one, which was supposed to have been the one for Jason and them because he didn't have enough anyway. But he ended up taking the one and ended up doing something else with the one he was giving Jason and them, which I didn't know, and I didn't have nothing to do with, y'all. All I know is I had our 2 bottles, y'all, so boom. So I walked away happy. I walked away knowing that we had what belonged to us. We went back in the room and got lit. As we even started drinking the joint, we haven't even hit a feezy yet. We can tell it is the gas. We in that joint. Homeboy pull up like, yo, come on, we come in the joint, so we get lit. So now we lit to the point where now, like, we lit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm drunk. Not drunk like I don't know what's going on, but I'm buzzing. I'm feeling good. Like, you can feel that shit. You know when you feeling lit. So we come downstairs, we down that joint chilling, laughing, joking. We out that joint just wilding, man. I look up, I see the nigga Jason got down coming from bro cell looking mad as shit. So when he come from nigga cell, he was like, hey, Weezy, let me holler at you. I'm like, what's up? He was like, so I'm lit. So I turn around like, what's up? He like, oh, no, short ain't that like that. I'm like, yeah, what's up, though? But I'm still in aggressive mode, like, that shit made me angry. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, what's up, though? He like, nah, look, I just wanna see your bottle, though. He was like, look, man, we go upstairs and drink this shit, man. This shit goddamn weak as a bitch. He was like, this shit ain't never taste like this, shorty. He was like, let me see your junk. I'm like, man, we done fucked that shit up. That shit goddamn in our system. I'm lying. He was like, both of the bottles. I was like, yeah, my homeboy sold the junk. My man was like, yeah, I sold the junk, man, to the dude over in 50 building, man. That junk gone. So he was like, man, look at this joint he gave me. He showed us a joint. I'm lit. I'm looking at it. I'm standing there. I'm like, he showed me the bottle. He done drunk like half of the joint. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, that joint look like a bootleg Sprite game, y'all. So boom. I said, yo, that's wild. He was like, nah, that shit ain't wild, shawty. He was like, look, for real. Like, he ain't never fumbled. He was like, I gotta go. He gonna get my shit back. I want my money back. I wanted to be like, you know, he got a bottle in there. I ain't gonna throw him under the bus. You know what I mean? Like, even though he a piece of shit. Y'all see how calm it is, though? I promise y'all this how this shit went down, y'all. So, boom. But calm a motherfucker, though. That's just how I be, though, man. So, I'm like, damn, I ain't throwing him under the bus. My homeboy looking like he wanted too bad. I'm getting my homeboy the eye like, nah, don't do it. So, Jason dip off, go back upstairs with his Richmond dudes. I look up, I seen Ruben coming out the joint, looking pigeon toe, walking to the ice joint. He like, what's up? That joint good, Weezy? I'm like, yeah, it's good. I said, Jason, no mad though. He was like, yeah, I know, man. I said, man, won't you just give him that bottle you got? I'm kind of loud though. He like, chill, Weezy, chill. I said, man, won't you just give him that bottle you got, man, just to get rid of the tension, man. He was like, I ain't giving up nothing. Nah, I work too hard. I ain't giving up nothing. I ain't got nothing for him. Nothing, Weezy. I'm like, man, all right, I'm gonna let you know. So Jason come back down. I don't know if Jason seen us talking, but Jason go straight to his cell after he get his ice. You know what I mean? So they in that junk for a minute. You know what I mean? So next thing you know, you just hear, man, you better have my shit, shorty. Right fucking now, shorty. Yeah, fuck now, go borrow that shit. Go get my shit right now. I don't give a fuck. Get something to replace my candy. I don't give a fuck. Get my shit right now. I ain't playing with you, shorty. Give me this bullshit. Fuck you. I want my fucking money. Yeah, got that Ruben like, look, man, I don't have nothing right now to give you. That's all you heard was, he was like, ah. That's all you heard was a noise like, ah. The goddamn Jason just come out, that nigga John Jason upstairs to his homeboy self in Richmond. So goddamn nigga was like, oh shit, he put hands on Ruben and that bitch. Ruben come out that joint, he was like, hey, what is it? I'm like, what ain't fucking calling me for? I'm like, what's up? No, we lit. We're like, what's up? He like, I need to talk to you, man. I'm like, man, look, come over here, man. The hell is wrong with you, man? Your pet ass, man. Come over here, man. He walk up, he was like, now he in front of all my homeboys. He was like, can I talk to you one-on-one? I'm like, nah, what's up? Talk to me right here. You can say whatever you want right here. It was good. Everybody looking at him like, yo, what's up, nigga? He like, hey, look, man. Man, Jason just fucking smacked me, punched me, all type of shit, disrespecting me. I need you to fucking get him off my ass. I said, how the fuck am I get him off your ass? Pause. He was like, cuz he'll listen to you, man. He was like, look, I said, man, give him that fucking bottle you got. He said, it's halfway gone already. I can't do it. I can't. I said, man, look, man. My homeboy was like, man, look, man. We don't got your motherfucking back. My homeboy pull out the bottle. He's like, yo, look, this the good shit right here. He started hitting the shit. He was like, here, Wiz. He put the top right on. He's like, here, Wiz. I'm like, bro, go ahead, bro. He had me in the joint. I'm like, so we right there. We're like, man, get your ass from around here, Ruben, man. We ain't, what the fuck you want us to do, man, after you carried us, man? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hell is wrong with you? He was like, so it's like that. I said, what you mean it's like that? You made it like that. The hell is wrong with you? He was like, oh, so just because I ain't from Norfolk or Tidewater, that's how y'all gonna treat me. I said, man, I'm not treating you like nothing. My homeboy was like, man, you know what, man, get the... My homeboy was like, yo, Jason. Hey, come here, Jason. Come here right quick. Jason come out the cell. Jason was like, what's up? He was like, man, what the fuck y'all talking to that coward ass nigga for, Shaw? That nigga a coward. You better have my fucking money tonight. That damn Ruben was like, he just made it look like this up at Jason. He was like, Jason was like, he looked at Jason like this. He was like, my homeboy was like, yo, come here, Jason. Ruben was like, man, don't do it, man. We used to tell him stop. We used to tell him stop. I was like, man, fuck that shit. I pushed this little short ass. That's where he's so short. I ain't even had to push him hard. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm lit. So I was like, man, fuck that. I shoved his little ass, y'all. That's my word. He was like, he just started walking back to his cell when he seen Jason coming. I was like, yeah, nigga, fuck you. Jason come down the steps. He was like, yo, what's up? My homeboy was like, yeah, look, man. Goddamn, look, that shit ain't had nothing to do with us, man. But look, this how our shit look. My man had the bottle in his hand, but he holding it by the top like this. Like that joint was a pirate. Like he was like this. He was like, this how our joint look. He was like, Jason was like, you expect our bottle? He was like, he went in his pants, in his sweatpants pocket. He pulled out his joint. He was like, man, this nigga gonna give me this bullshit right here. He gave y'all the good shit. He was like, yo, see this what I'm talking about? That nigga went up the stairs angry. That nigga was like, do. He got up and down steps. Next thing you know, I look, I see him and his man come down strapped up. Now they coming down, shoes tied tight, sweat outfit on, everything. Them niggas came down the steps like bad dudes. Promise you, the Ruben cell right there. Them niggas hit that jump. They ain't even knock. Them niggas went up in that bitch. That's all you heard was I'm like, oh shit. My homeboy was like, I'm gonna look. My homeboy went to look. He was like, they fucking this little stupid ass up. I was like, man, go ahead, man. He was like, yeah, look at it. So now I'm lit, but I'm like, I'm feeling bad. I'm like, man, fuck that nigga though, for real. I'm like, man, I look, man, Ruben dumbass was on the bed, ball up. He wasn't even on the ground. They were beating his ass on his bed. He was getting his ass whooped on his bed. I look, all I seen was Jason like this. Jason was blacking out on him, y'all, so boom. They went bananas on Ruben, man, my word. They beat Ruben ass in that bitch. They beat his ass. They took all his shit. Niggas took like 3 trips taking shit from that nigga. I'm like, oh, that shit crazy as hell. My word, they was taking shit, every goddamn thing from that nigga, man. But what they was looking for that damn pipe. See, I didn't know that at first. They was looking for that pipe, man, because the pipe is the thing you need to make the clear. You're not making no clear without the pipe. So light bulb that hit me. I'm like, damn, where that shit at? So I see his roommate. His roommate ain't going nowhere near that goddamn crime scene. I said, yo, where the fuck you keep that pipe at? He was like, man, it's somewhere in there, man. It's somewhere in there. I was like, man, I don't know where the fuck that shit at. He was like, man, I don't know where the fuck that shit at, man. He was like, but he keep it in there. He was like, man, you're not gonna believe, man, where he keep that pipe at, man. I was like, where he keep it at? He was like, man, man, I don't even want to tell you because I don't have nothing to do with nothing. I said, man, where he keep it at, man? He said, man, just so he can get by a shakedown. He said, man, he puts this in his butt cheeks, man. I was like, what? He was like, he puts the pipe in his butt cheeks. I was like, I thought about all the clear we drunk. I was like, damn. So boom. Man, I couldn't be too mad, man. The man really been trying to protect the pipe. Pause. Literally, he was protecting the pipe. That joint was crazy. When bro told me that, though, I was like, yo, that's wild. But he went to the hole. He ended up just walking himself to the front, and he went to the hole. The good part about this is that he didn't snitch on Jason and them. Because I felt like he knew he was wrong. He played them. And it backfired on him, man. Like, he thought he was going to come to us for backup? No. He got rich off that shit, man. He tried to play us, man. That's how I go, man. But at the end of the day, that's what you get for trying to play people, man. So he walked himself to the hole. Man. And then his roommate came out after he left. His roommate was like, he got it on him. He got the pipe on him. I said, man, this is a goddamn country bunkin that love to make that damn yak. That nigga goddamn cheat the goddamn pipe. Pause. That nigga cheat that bitch, man. But they beat his ass and got him out of there, though. Word, man. They got him out of there, man. That nigga got out. He went to 80 building. I promise y'all, man. Y'all know what he was doing over there? Making clear. That nigga was making clear, man. Ruben made clear all the way up until they tore him off and finally found that pipe. And when they finally found that pipe, man, Ruben stole that pipe, man, from a piece in the damn kitchen. Like, I don't know what the fuck, I forgot what they say, from the water, over there by the, like, machines or whatever the case. I don't know where the fuck he found that shit at, man, but they say he stole that piece from the kitchen. And they found that shit, man. They shit Ruben behind that shit finally, man. He had a good run. He got his ass whooped over on the outside, but, like, when he went to 80 building side, he had a good little run over there. Then they finally tore his ass off with the pipe game, man. But I watch a dude, man, from fucking damn near Red Onion, Big Stone Gap, man, from Wise County, Virginia. I watch him, man, make a little couple dollars, man, off the clear. That clear shit is money. I'm letting y'all know now. Dudes was buying that shit for birthdays, like holidays. Like, dudes was buying that shit ahead of time. That shit tastes like real vodka, y'all, everything, man. But that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Real talk, man. I need y'all to stay out the way out here, man, because just being out here with your family, man, not being in the jail, not being in prison, not having to make a collect call, not having to be worse than somebody and tell them to put money on your books, man. Like, it's a great feeling, man. Like, we don't want to be those people, man. Let's just stay out here and be with our family forever, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the Tuesday Banger Game. So what did y'all do this, man? Like, share, subscribe to me. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.